Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today for another Call of Duty video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about weapon attachments and weapon mods that could be possibly coming to Call of Duty World War II. So right out of the gates, Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield did say that they wanted to keep the game as historically accurate as physically possible to kind of pay, tribute to all the World War II people out there that have been touched by the war. And I'm not sure how much, margin, or wiggle room they're going to have with attachments, because back in World War II, there weren't that many attachments. So a little bit ago, there was a website where you could kind of type in codes on the little encryption machine, and this was one of the pictures that was in one of the folders that you got, and this is the M1A1 carbine. And the first thing that jumped out to me in this picture is the stock that's on that weapon in the bottom picture there. That's not the original stock that was on that weapon. I know I own that original weapon. It was my great-grandfather's from World War II, and that right there is not the original stock. So what kind of leads me to believe there is that is a stock attachment, so it's going to allow you to move around, aim down sights a little bit quicker, kind of like it is on all the other Call of Duties. So honestly, that would be one really cool feature, and really realistically, to keep the game fresh, to keep it fun, to kind of keep it so you can kind of play how you want to play, I don't think multiplayer is going to be historically accurate, because I think, like, for instance, I'll show you guys here in a sec that all the attachments that are in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 should be in Call of Duty World War II. Obviously, the laser sight, it was a little bit of ahead of its time. Obviously, they're not going to have that in World War II, I wouldn't think. But, long barrel, quick draw, and that kind of stuff, it should be in the game, just because it's been in a lot of the recent Call of Duties, and I think realistically it needs to be in there to kind of keep the game customizable and fun. So as you guys can see here, these are all the attachments that I actually have for the MX Grand in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So we have 6 different sights. Honestly, I don't see them doing this. There might be some sort of weird magnification scope and then a regular reflex sight, but that's going to be a stretch for being in World War II. And then also the attachments here, we have quick draw, grip, suppressor, high caliber, stock, laser sight, FMJ, fast mags, extended mags, long barrel, and rapid fire. So pretty much everything in there, except I would probably say the laser sight. They could probably swing it in Call of Duty World War II. It might be a stretch of the imagination for that time period, but I believe they could have that in the game and make it so that the game is still customizable and it's not going to break the game. Honestly, people want to say that the game needs to be historically accurate. I know Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield want that, but when it comes to multiplayer, there has to be a fun factor there. You cannot go super duper, historically accurate and have like no attachments. Like, they might have to stretch the truth a little bit in multiplayer, which I'm totally fine with. That gives us more tools to play around with in multiplayer, which I really think this game is going to need to kind of compare to its predecessors. All of these games over the last few years, we've had a crazy amount of different attachments that just makes the game more fun. It kind of makes it so you can kind of play how you want to play, up close and personal, or you can set up your guns for, mid to long range and stuff like that. I really think that needs to happen in Call of Duty World War II for the multiplayer to be as successful as a lot of these other games has. And variations of attachments, kind of like Black Ops 3, I believe, was the first Call of Duty to do that. So you could actually get them out of supply drops, and they were variants, visual variants, cosmetic variants of the attachment. So you could get a long barrel that looked normal, I guess you could say, and then you would get a random one in a supply drop that would actually make the long barrel look really, really cool in any given weapon, which I'm totally for that. Honestly, that just adds something a little bit more customizable to the supply drops. Honestly, we're not going to have a game without supply drops. As long as they institute the Modern Warfare Remastered system of the supply drops, I think it'll be a good system. I think it'll be a great addition to the game. But, honestly, overall, I really think that they need to do all the weapon mods that are kind of in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, that whole concept. Obviously Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 were a little bit more futuristic. But, like I said, quick draw, long barrel, stock, fast mags, extended mag, that stuff like that, I think that needs to be in the game. Whether or not that was actually in, World War II, that shouldn't matter. It should be in the game anyway, just because that's really the core experience of Call of Duty multiplayer, is all those crazy attachments that allows you to trick out your gun however you want. So that is pretty much all for the video, guys. Let me know down in the comments below how you guys feel about this. Do you want the multiplayer to be historically accurate as well and not have all the crazy attachments? Or do you want them to kind of stretch the truth a little bit for that time period and have a lot of attachments so we can really customize our guns however we see fit? I'd really like to know your guys' opinions, so leave them down in the comments. Also, if you guys would drop a like on the video, it would be much appreciated. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of my content covering Call of Duty, a little bit of Ghost Recon Wildlands, and that kind of thing. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you guys do not miss anything. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.